Hi guys! So as you might know, I was in Japan earlier this year and I made 2 videos, hair care and skincare, and since then I have been just obsessed with anything Japanese and have continued to try a bunch of products. So today I'm gonna share those findings with you because I have some new innovative discoveries that I think you guys will really enjoy because you just don't see these things anywhere else. It's like so unique. So first starting with hair because I feel like Japan has some of the best products, and the first one is this. It's called Fukimin-U Cleansing Gel, and all it says is that it's chill, very good, maintains your scalp by gently washing away impurities. And my scalp has just fallen in love with this from the second it touched my head. What it is a gel consistency, but it's a pre-cleanse. And what you do is put it into the roots of your hair before your shampoo step. So what that's supposed to do is actually soften the cuticles and help to moisturize and nourish. And this is very important because every scalp expert that I've talked to, they said one of the most important things to do regardless of what your scalp type is to moisturize. Also, this line, as I was looking into it, is specifically to help irritated hair or scalp that smells really quickly after washing it, and dandruff scalp. And it's slightly minty and it feels so good. It smells so good. And I realized after I used this, I didn't have to double cleanse, which meant that I actually used less of my shampoo, but it still gave me the same cleansing effect. So it was just this really beautiful pre-cleanse step. They do say you use it 1 to 2 times per week, and that's what I started with, but I feel like it's so gentle that you could almost use it if you wash your hair every other day. Now moving on to something that I feel like is very uniquely Japanese. They have a lot of these hair treatment waters. This is the one that was ranking on Cosme. I tried it and I'm actually not a fan of it. Like, I just feel like it didn't do enough for me. And I have a feeling it's because my hair is just really dry and damaged, and this works better for people who have more like virgin hair that's already kind of somewhat healthy and you just need to kind of help tame the frizz, because you put this on damp hair after the shower. We ended up trying this one. Now this is the Mashari Perfect Shower Hairspray, and this brand is actually under Shiseido. What it is kind of different to this treatment water, but it's for that second day hair. So you know when on the second or third day after not washing your hair, the roots are oily but the ends are super dry, like cows could eat them. So what this is to re-nourish your hair, but it doesn't weigh it down like if you were to use a cream or maybe a serum, especially if you have really fine hair. So it smells so good. It gives you that experience as though you actually showered. And I just found at the beginning, I used like 2 sprays and I was like, this doesn't really do anything. But you actually use about 10 sprays in total, which is what their directions were. Another way that you can use this is actually like after you've blow dried your hair, spraying a few spritz of this before you go to bed will actually help with that static electricity if frizz is something that you always face. So that's another way that you can use this. Next one. Okay, so this isn't one that I have personally tried, but as you know, our Beauty Within team is very invested when it comes to hair care. One of the team members tried this Accelerator Floral Essence. So it's from a brand called Kaminamoto, and they are so well known for their tonics for hair loss and scalp irritation and just like scalp health in general. She tried it along this forehead region where you have a lot of baby hairs and where hair thinning starts to happen sometimes as we get older. So she said after even like a week or 2, she could actually tell the baby hairs, even though it was subtle, that they were starting to grow back fuller. And so it's not like this overnight thing, right? Anything that promises overnight results for hair is like a sham because it shouldn't work that quickly. But over time, she was like, yeah, I actually realized that it was changing. This is the floral one and it smells really good. It's like this lightweight kind of toner consistency that you just add to your scalp either after the shower or just whenever you want really, because it's not oily. And The thing about hair care and scalp treatments, especially if it's for hair loss, is that you want to be very, very consistent with it to see the optimum results. Otherwise, it's not going to work. I'm personally very interested in trying the gold one because there are thousands of reviews for that one saying that it helped people with their hair loss. So I'm still on the journey of seeing if I can thicken this part. I'm definitely gonna try this as well. Now moving on to one of my favorite steps in the hair care is actually this hair mask. So you guys know that the Pheno has gone viral. I've used it and honestly, I was just meh about it because it didn't do anything for me. Once again, I feel like it really suits people who already have very healthy hair, but for my very porous, very dry and very damaged hair, it's a step up from just a normal conditioner, but in terms of the hair mask category, it didn't really do much for me. Then I started using the Tsubuki Premium Repair Mask. This, guys, is where it's at. So after shampooing, oh, so good. It's like a little bit floral, but not like sickeningly sweet. It smells so good. So what I like to do with a hair mask is really like spread it all over and then press it in and then comb through and then really like stroke it down so that the cuticles lay flat, and that's what helps your hair look shinier, smoother, by like putting down those cuticles that might be lifted up that causes frizz and dullness. It protects, nourishes, and coats the hair way better than the Pheno mask does. And the smell is actually more subtle than the Pheno. And I actually looked onto Reddit just to see like, are other people comparing these two masks? And there's actually a whole Reddit forum and everyone else has very similar thoughts. They were all saying that this one was just slightly softer, it was a little bit thicker consistency and it made a bigger difference. If you haven't watched my bag essentials video, I mentioned it there, but if you have frizzy hair, if your hair is growing back, you guys need this like hair mascara because it just tames any baby hairs, flyaways, in the most natural way. And what it is essentially just like some hair gel, but it's not sticky or thick, on a really huge mascara looking brush, and you just put it over, you know, where you get like regrowth sometimes, you have like flailing things, or sometimes when you have very freshly washed hair, everything kind of like sticks up like a little chicken. These are awesome. Highly recommend you try one of these. Let's move on to the face. This is going to be a mixture of like skincare and a little bit of like makeup stuff. Okay, first I want to start off with this. This is the Pear Cleanser. So you guys know I will dedicate my life to the Pear Acne Cream. Nothing beats it. Like instantly, 30 minutes later, it flattens a pimple. It's no longer painful and the redness goes down. Any swelling, poof, gone. Everyone has to buy it if you have a pimple. So then that got me to try the Pear Acne. And this is a foaming cleanser and it's for acne. Normally those two types of cleansers are the most drying things in the world, even for an oily skin type. This is like amazing. You only need to use the smallest little dollop. Ooh, it's like a marshmallow foam. It's actually quite moisturizing, leaves your skin feeling very soft. So as you can see, a tiny bit of this goes a very long way. And your skin feels already moisturized. It's so soft. It's not drying whatsoever. And I'm just like continuously shocked at how good they formulate these kind of cleansers. I've just been using it every day, even if I'm not really breaking out. And the thing is, I actually haven't been breaking out all that much. And I feel like it's got to do with this and the fact that I've been using retinol more consistently, but the two work chef's kiss. So I discovered a new brand because they actually reached out and was just like, hey, do you want to try some of these Japanese products? And I was like, yes, of course. What caught my eye about this is that it was called Water Velvet Cream. Like they almost sound kind of on the opposite ends, right? How can a water cream also kind of feel like velvet? And when I used it, I was like, both of those words can coexist at once. You're not joking. Because what happens is it's this really lightweight gel cream. Everything that any oily girl would love, or just a combination girl in the summer who doesn't want something overly thick. You work it in, a little goes a really long way. It's like very lightweight, but as it starts to settle into your skin and like, you know, absorb into the skin, it really does give this like soft velvet feeling and settles down to be like a satin finish that I don't think I have ever felt in a moisturizer. And I am obsessed with this moisturizer. It has a little bit of like an herbal kind of smell, but it's actually not fragrance. I think it's all just the ingredients that are included in there, where it's the perfect balance of like what you want a water cream to be, which is lightweight, but very nourishing as well. Moving on to these powders. So I'm gonna go out and say that Japan has the best face powders. This is the one that I've been using. It's the Majolica Acne and Pore one. It's in this kind of like cute little tin packaging, and it comes with this cute little puff and bow. It's just this kind of like pressed powder, and then you just kind of like put it over everywhere that you need. I don't exactly know what makes it acne and pore, but as for the pore, I can understand because it like instantly smooths it over. It's like affordable, really cute. Another Beauty Within team was trying this one. This is the Suppin powder, also a Japanese brand, and she has loved this. Like from the day that she started using, she's like, Fel, you have to try this. It's amazing, because she also has like oily and combo skin. And the cool thing about this is that they also say you can like press it on after your skincare before you go to bed, so that your skincare doesn't like stick onto your face. And because there's no color, it's kind of like translucent. It just helps with kind of mattifying the perimeter of your face so that things don't stick on it. The next thing that our like whole team is very excited about me sharing is this Heroin Speedy Mascara Remover. It's like a stick wand that's got an oil remover, and it's specifically for very stubborn waterproof mascara. Okay, so I actually want to try do this on one side and a cleansing oil on the other. So you apply it onto the lashes, and then I'm gonna do a few pumps of that on this side and test. And then you just kind of like gently rub it in, and then it will just dissipate even the most stubborn mascara. Interesting, the cleansing oil is like starting to sting my eye, but this one, I don't feel anything. That is crazy. Okay, I have to wash this off. So the Heroin mascara is very, very heavy duty. So is the Korean Etude House one, which I use. And sometimes even a cleansing oil, like I'm there using cleansing oil for like 50 seconds. Like it's just ridiculous how long it takes. Normally for me, I feel like a cleansing balm works a little bit better, but this one, if you're looking for something that is gentle, is targeted for the eye area and won't sting and will get off, this baby is a crowd favorite. Okay, so I just did a quick rinse. The makeup remover took away all the other makeup around it, but this one took away the eye makeup and didn't sting. So they're a little bit different, but both of them did a really good job. So then speaking of the eye area, since we're on it, I also feel like Japanese eyeliners are also one of the best ever. I want to introduce you guys to spray brown eyeliners because it gives you a very natural look. I'll do this one on this side, this one on this side, and then you can see what the difference is. If you want that kind of no makeup look, but you do want to define your eyes and give it that more shadow, a brown liner is really going to work wonders because it's so natural. So this darker one I got in Japan. It's called D-Up Silky Liquid Eyeliner. It's brown black. And it's beautiful. It's like such a precise little pen. It does not dry out. It is so smooth. It glides over. You never have those like weird bumps on the eyelid, and I love it. And then I also have this Can Make Tokyo Slim Liquid Eyeliner, and it's in the same kind of like very precise brush. Although this one, because I'm quite tan, it kind of just looks like my skin now. But if you have super fair skin, then maybe something like more lighter will work for you. And I also feel like it's more forgiving if your eyeliner always presses down on the lash line and smudges, because it won't give you that like full on panda look. I just haven't found that it smudges anyway. But also look for waterproof eyeliners if you can. So ding! So that's face. Now let's move on to body. Very excited. First, starting off with this little guy. It's a cuticle pen. It's got a little bit of cuticle oil in there, and a brush allows you to just like swipe over the entire cuticle without it being messy and like running all down. And this one has a slight strawberry fragrance. This came out of a need because I realized my fingers got an allergic reaction to the gel polishes. And I think it's because the made in China ones had some sort of like toxic ingredients in there that my nails just flipped out. Like I developed a really itchy crust on them, and I'm like, holy crap. Oh my gosh, so I've now just detoxed my nails for a long time. I've only just started painting them with normal polish again because I needed to like just stop with the gel for a while, and I was testing it. Like I tried it multiple times to see if it was indeed the gel polish, and I think it was. Then I discovered this cuticle pen, and even though all my fingers were like puffy and irritated and itchy, this one, it didn't irritate my cuticles and it actually really softened it. Since I got back from Japan, obsessed with trying deodorants because my gosh, I didn't know how innovative deodorants could be, and it was one of the most popular, well-known deodorants in Japan. But I feel like I never have to buy another deodorant again because I've found the one for me. And let me tell you why. If you sweat profusely, if you have a BO, if you don't like the feeling of antiperspirant or sticky deodorants, you guys have to get this. It's not wet, it's like powdery, soft, and you don't even have to like put a lot on. By the way, there is no scent to this. It doesn't feel wet, it's dry, and it's fragranceless. Like it's a tiny bit white and powdery, and I do have kind of like darkening on my armpits. Embrace the darkening. I just like the effect of it. No fragrance. Come, smell.
I love it too.
The grand smell of nothing. Going on from the armpits, I've just been obsessed with how to balance sweat. And these are armpit pads. So I got this one to try at the beginning, and then I got these. So this one was very disappointing. It felt like cardboard. And what it is, it's this little pad that's folded over, and it's got a sticky side, so much like, you know, a pad that we're thinking about. You stick this onto your shirt in the armpit area, and then the fuzzy side sits under your arms so that during the day, if you're sweating a lot, instead of your shirt absorbing the sweat, the pad absorbs it. So then found that there was a whole world of these armpit pads in Japan. And I was like, okay, let's try more. So this one is a rose scented one, and this one is black. And essentially they're all the same thing. It's just the black one, I guess, makes it easier for like black shirts, especially if you can like see through it or something. And this brand is way softer. I like this one. There's an adhesive side that you just rip off and then you stick into your shirt. And one thing I have to mention is some antiperspirants, because it uses aluminium, depending on the color of your shirt, if it's white, sometimes it goes like yellowish. So this also helps with protecting your white shirts, but also colored shirts. The box comes with 2 packets like this. I really like this one because the smell of the rose is very subtle. It's not like you wore perfume and it's rose like a grandma. Another body thing is this is for those who live in very, very hot and humid areas, or you gym. So I actually discovered these body wipes. So Gatsby does a lot of hair waxes, which is what I knew it for. And so when I saw these, I was like, huh, interesting. So this is the packaging, not very aesthetic at all. It's like stuck in the 90s. This pink one is peach scented, and this one is, it's just like cooling. And it really is, guys. So it's like perfect for really hot days. This is an essential. So the thing about this peach one, there's this like alcohol kind of smell at the beginning, because the alcohol helps to like disinfect, it helps with evaporating moisture really quickly, and it leaves the most refreshing feeling. And it's not even for just like 30 seconds or a minute. It literally cools down your whole body temperature or anywhere that you've put it for about 10 minutes. And it's very comfortable. It's not like weird feeling. And that alcohol-y smell will dissipate after like, give it 20 seconds. But if you want something a little bit more travel friendly and compact for a body sheet, then I suggest the Biore ones. These come in more of a streamlined packaging, and the wipe itself is a little bit more like soft and plush. The other ones are thinner, and the sheet is also a little bit smaller, but it's more like those towels. You know, when you eat seafood, you get those little like hand towels. This one's kind of like that. At the beginning, it also has that kind of alcohol-y smell, but it dissipates after like 15-20 seconds. And really that's just to like cool you down and disinfect once again. I think if you are a Japanese product enthusiast, you would have seen these guys already. The heated eye masks and also the leg warmer patches and also the leg cooling patches. It's pretty self-explanatory, but Japan is where it's at when it comes to these things. So this one, if you've walked a lot and your legs are swollen, these patches legit will make you feel like you're levitating. It is so icy cooling, like it is cold. So you just put it onto anywhere that you're feeling like you need a little bit of relief, whether it's the calves, the ankles, under the feet. I normally put it on the calves because my calves be working hard. But I was like, oh my God, how does this even work? Because it is like as though I put ice cubes on my leg. So apparently when it's applied, the mixture of evaporation of water as well as the refreshing menthol creates this kind of rejuvenating cooling effect. There's 6 each and they're amazing, especially for travel. Then let's say you want the opposite. You want something to actually warm up your muscles because maybe it's really cold outside. They also have heated ones. They work exactly the same. You can put them on your calves, your ankles, under the arch of the feet. My arches get really tight, especially after I walk around a lot in Japan, and these ones are the same thing. They come in these little separate packages. I know that Japan isn't always the best when it comes to environmentally friendly packaging, but it is safe, you know what I mean? I don't know what other way they could like package this for it to work. And then if you want a spa at home, when I first used these, I was like, how does this sorcery work? Again, tell me, how are these masks heating up right now? And you can get them in multiple different aromas. This is like the forest refreshing one. They also have lavender and stuff, but it's the Meg Rhythm Heated Eye Mask. And then once again, I was like, how does this work? So how it works is once it's opened, there's a heat generating pad that comes into contact with the oxygen in the air, and then the oxidizing powder produces the heat. So I actually just leave this on. Sometimes I just fall asleep with it. It says it goes up to like 40 degrees Celsius, which actually sounds insane, but it does actually get quite hot, and then it slowly like disappears. This is actually what I always gift to people who need like self-care and have trouble sleeping, because I feel like it's very soothing, it's very relaxing, and you can kind of like take a moment to enjoy yourself and recreate kind of like a safe spa-like environment. So I hope you enjoyed this new installment of my Japanese discoveries. I actually found on Reddit someone created a quick guide to popular Japanese beauty items, and I thought that was just so helpful, especially if you guys are only just going to Japan now or you're just starting out to explore Japanese beauty. The thing about Japanese products is that a lot of them stay the same. They stay true to what works. They don't bother with repackaging. They don't really market it or promote it. They just kind of know that it works and they've stayed around. That's like brands like Curel, Milano C, like all of these ones I've tried maybe 10 years ago and they're excellent. That spray from Curel, I ran out and I'm still dreaming about. I mean, I need to restock it. Let me know if there's more goodies that you guys have come across that I should try or that you want me to try. And I'll see you guys in the next video really soon. Bye.